Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Public Facilities Commission. Before us today is the Mayor's Office of Housing, PT.
Thank you, Commissioner. This meeting is being recorded and broadcast live. Colleen, would you please conduct the roll call?
Thank you, TT. Participants, please unmute your device and confirm your presence when I call your name. Beginning roll call with the Commission. Larry Mamoli, Commissioner.
Present.
Donald Wright, Commissioner.
Present.
TT Lee, Legal Advisor.
Present.
Catherine Pendleton, Article Clerk.
Present.
Next with the Mayor's Office of Housing. Sheila Dillon, Chief and Director.
Present.
Thank you. Joe Backer, Senior Development Officer, NHD.
Present.
Tiara Satchbell, Development Officer, NHD.
Present.
Teresa Strachilla, Program Manager, Grow Boston.
Present.
Julio Pillier, Development Officer, NHD.
Present.
I'll read for the record the remainder of the individuals who are in attendance but do not need to unmute your device. Elizabeth Feltner, Paralegal for the PFC. Antonio Leish, Senior Development Officer, NHD. Shani Fletcher, Assistant Director, Director's Office Division. Lauren Forbes, Assistant Corp Counsel, Law Department. James McDonough, Senior Staff Attorney, MOH. And this concludes roll call. Thank you.
Colleen. For this portion of the meeting, we have Sheila Dillon, Chief and Director for the Mayor's Office of Housing. MOH has 6 votes on the agenda for today. Vote number 1 is being presented by Joe Backer, Senior Housing Development Officer for NHD. This is a request for the transfer of the care, custody, management, and control from the Boston Public Library to the Mayor's Office of Housing. This is for land with building thereon located on 151 Cambridge Street in the West End. Joe, if you please present your vote request.
Thanks, TT, and good morning, Commissioners. I'm here to request PFC approval for the transfer of the parcel identified in the vote package in the West End neighborhood of Boston from the Boston Public Library to the Mayor's Office of Housing. This request follows a comprehensive planning and community engagement process to develop this parcel as a mixed-use building that will include a new core and shell space for the West End branch of the Boston Public Library and income-restricted rental housing above the library space. The vote package includes a memo about the transfer and PFC vote request. We've also provided 2 site photos related to this vote request displayed on the screen. The first is an aerial view of the parcel with the existing library building, and the second slide is a street view of the parcel. If PFC approves the vote request, care and custody of the parcel will be assigned to MOH. BPL will maintain responsibility for the parcel until the point that construction of a new building begins. So I am here to answer any questions you may have. Thanks.
No questions on this vote. Just transfer, Commissioner Wright.
Yep, no questions. Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Thank you.
Vote number 1 is hereby approved. Vote number 2 is also being presented by Joe Backer. Vote 2 is a request for a contingent tentative developer designation and intent to enter into a ground lease to Preservation of Affordable Housing Incorporated and Case Capital LLC. This is for land with the building thereon located at 151 Cambridge Street in the West End. The ground lease term is for 99 years and the annual base rent is for $1 per year. If PFC approves, this vote will be contingent upon MOH obtaining a home rule petition for legislative relief from Mass General Laws Chapters 7C, 30B, and 149 to support the project. Joe, if you would please present vote number 2.
Thanks, TT. And good morning again, Commissioners. I am requesting PFC approval of the tentative developer designation and intent to lease to a nominee created as a joint partnership by Preservation of Affordable Housing and Cast Capital LLC. MOH is requesting a 24-month designation for POA and Cast Capital to develop the parcel identified in the vote package, subject to a 99-year ground lease with the City of Boston, as a mixed-use building that will include a new core and shell space for the West End branch of the Boston Public Library and 12 floors of income-restricted rental housing above the library space. The parcel was offered under a request for proposals issued by MOH that outline the mixed-use development I just described. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the PFC vote request. As detailed in the memo, and as TT mentioned, MOH is proposing that a condition of the requested tentative developer designation be included to account for the city's ongoing work to secure needed legislative relief for this project from the Commonwealth. If the tentative developer designation is approved, MOH will work with Intergovernmental Relations and Corporation Council to submit a home rule petition and obtain approval from the City Council and the Massachusetts Legislature. MOH will only return to PFC to request a lease vote after the home rule petition has been obtained. MOH, in partnership with other city agencies, conducted a thorough public process leading up to this tentative developer designation vote request. Beginning in October of 2020, MOH participated in the city's programming study to evaluate the current library site and to assess the potential for a new facility as well as co-located affordable housing. Then from June of 2022 through January of 2023, MOH led a further community process to define the development objectives for the site. MOH issued a request for proposals on April 3rd, 2023, and advertised in the Boston Herald, Central Register, and City Record. MOH hosted a pre-applicant information conference on April 28th, 2023. The RFP due date was June 15th, 2023, and 8 proposals were received. MOH hosted 2 public meetings on July 18th and July 25th for applicants to present their proposals and hear public comment. A public comment period also lasted until August 18th. So based on an evaluation that included staff from MOH, Boston Public Library, BPDA, and the Boston Housing Authority, MOH is recommending that the POA and Cast Capital team be awarded tentative developer designation to lease and redevelop the West End Branch Library site. This team's proposal is the overall best response to what the city and community set forth in the RFP. Some of the most notable strengths of the proposal include that all 119 units will be income restricted between 30% of area median income and 80% of area median income. 2/3 of the units will have 2 or 3 bedrooms designed with families in mind, which was a key objective of the community and reflected in the RFP. The studios and 1-bedroom units will be designed with senior residents as the target demographic. And at least 20 of the deeply affordable units will be funded in partnership with the Boston Housing Authority. Further, library staff noted this submission as one of the best library designs with its prominent street presence, ample space, and the potential for a courtyard or outdoor space for library patrons. POA also has a long track record of working with MOH, as well as the Housing Authority, state agencies, and other financing partners to deliver affordable housing. Cast Capital, an emerging minority-owned real estate firm, will take leadership of ongoing community engagement and bring historically excluded investors into the project. Finally, the new building will fit the context of Cambridge Street and will leverage this rare opportunity for public benefit on city-owned land. The POA and Cast Capital proposal was the best of all the applications we received in balancing the stated affordable housing goals with the city's design guidelines. To achieve the proposal, MOH is proposing a land cost subsidy of $29 million to support the significant public benefit of creating new affordable housing, a new branch library space, and public open space and amenities at the street level of the building. In return for the proposed land cost subsidy, the project will provide the following public benefits: the creation of 119 new affordable rental units, restricted to households earning between 30% and 80% of AMI. All of these units will be deed restricted and will remain affordable in perpetuity. A new 2-story library branch space that will be conveyed back to the Boston Public Library for fit out. The shell space will be designed and built with the input and approval of the City of Boston. And new open space on Cambridge Street that will include a courtyard and a shared plaza with the neighboring Otis House Museum. I've included slides for the PFC. The first slide is an aerial view of the parcel with the existing library building. And the second slide is a street view of the parcel. The third slide shows architect's renderings of the proposed development, as does the fourth slide. If approved, this vote will enable the development team to move forward with design work, permitting tasks, and the financing of the project. MOH will return to PFC after the completion of these key tasks to request a lease vote. So I am here to answer any questions you may have. Thanks.
Sounds like a great project. First of all, if you spent, it would cost you $29 million or more just to rebuild the current library if you're going to do that. So I think this is a bargain for the city and so forth. In fact, that's my only question is the library lease will be the same as the developer's lease in terms of years?
The library will have a ownership of the library space within the building, and the city will maintain ownership of the land.
Commissioner Wright?
No questions. Great project. Love the little library. Looking forward to seeing this project through. Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Good job, Joe.
Thank you so much, Commissioners.
Vote number 2 is hereby approved. Vote number 3 is being presented by Tiara Sachiko, Development Officer for the Neighborhood Housing Development of MOH. This is a request for conveyance to Harvard Standish LLC for vacant land located at 114 to 122 Harvard Street, 1824 Standish Street in an unnumbered parcel on Standish Street in Dorchester. The purchase price is recommended for $300. Tiara, if you'll please present your vote request.
Thank you. Good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting POC approval for the conveyance of 3 parcels of vacant land located at 114 and 122 Harvard Street, 18 and 24 Standish Street, and unnumbered parcel on Standish Street in the Dorchester neighborhood of Boston, and as outlined in the voting package. POC approved the tentative developer designation of the nominee comprised of principals of TLE Development LLC and Co Everything LLC on December 15, 2021 for a 12-month period and an extension for 12 months on December 14, 2022. At this time, TLE Development and Co Everything have created a single-purpose entity, Harvard Standish LLC, the subject entity in this vote, and will be the ownership entity. As background, MOH has conducted a public process regarding the disposition of these parcels, including a community meeting which was held on June 26, 2019 to discuss the development and design of the parcels. A request for proposals was issued on July 6, 2021 and advertised in the Boston Herald, the Central Register, and the City Record. There were 4 proposals received, and after an initial review, it was determined that TLE Development and Co Everything, currently Harvard Standish LLC, would be the sole developers to present at the community. The presentation was held on March 11, 2021, and based on community feedback and MOH review of all eligible applications against the RFP, the tentative developer designation of TLE Development and Co Everything was approved in December 2021. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and the POC vote request. I have provided slides related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first slide shows a locus map of the 3 parcels. The second slide shows the existing conditions of each parcel, and the third slide displays a site plan and renderings of the proposed development building types, and we're still working through the design and colors of the buildings. The project will result in the creation of 22 home ownership condominium units. All units will be restricted to households at or below 100% AMI. There will be one building located along Harvard Street with 16 units in a 3-story mixed-use building with ground floor retail space. And the second building on Standish Street includes 6 units, outdoor green space, and off-street parking shared by the occupants of the 2 buildings. If PFC approves the vote request, Harvard Standish LLC will accomplish the following tasks: finalize the permitting process of funding commitments, close on the sale of the city-owned parcel, and begin construction slated to begin in the spring of '24. Thank you, and I am here to answer any questions you may have.
No questions, good project, is that right?
No questions, Commissioner. Exciting project as well. Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Number 3 is hereby approved. Vote number 4 is being presented by Teresa Strachilla, Program Manager for Grow Boston Division of MOH. This is a request for amendment to the vote of December 14, 2022 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 48 to 54 months to Urban Edge Housing Corporation for vacant land located at unnumbered parcel on Amory Street in Roxbury. Teresa, if you would please present vote number 4.
Thank you, TT, and good morning, Commissioners. I'm here requesting PFC approval of the extension of the tentative developer designation of Urban Edge Housing Corporation, hereafter known as Urban Edge, for the parcel identified in the vote package in the Roxbury section of Boston. As background, prior to the developer designation in January 2020, MOH conducted an extensive public process. MOH held a community meeting in March 2019 to discuss with community members the development of this parcel as open space. Support by the community was strong. A request for proposals was issued on July 29, 2019, and advertised in the State Central Register, the Boston Herald, and the City Record. One development team applied to the RFP and was determined to meet the eligibility criteria. PFC approved the tentative developer designation of Urban Edge Housing Corporation on January 15, 2020. Since their initial designation vote, Urban Edge has commenced construction on the affordable housing adjacent to this parcel. This parcel is currently licensed by a subsidiary of Urban Edge and in use as a construction staging area for the affordable housing project. Once the parcel is no longer in use as a staging area, scheduled for late spring 2024, Urban Edge will be able to begin construction on the public open space. Staff changes at Urban Edge initially delayed the advancement of the design and the budget for this project. Urban Edge has a strong track record of completing projects with more complexity than the Amory Street Park, and now has the staff capacity to complete the project. Urban Edge is in the process of finalizing and phasing the design for this project, which will allow them to create an updated project budget. Significant sources of open space funding, including Community Preservation Act funding and grassroots program funding, require that projects begin construction soon after the funding awards are made. Therefore, the parcel's unavailability for construction during its use as a staging area has delayed fundraising for the project. With construction on the open space projected to begin in summer 2024, Urban Edge has indicated their intention of applying for the grassroots program funding RFP, slated for release in January 2024. Urban Edge is also working with MOH staff to explore other funding opportunities and phase the project design based on funding timelines. MOH is requesting a 6-month extension of Urban Edge's developer designation to allow the development team additional time to finalize their site design and budget and secure funds for phase specs to return to PFC for a conveyance vote by June to make possible the development of this important community resource. The vote package includes a comprehensive memo about the project and PFC vote request. I've also provided 4 slides related to this vote request, which are displayed on the screen. The first shows an aerial map of the parcel. The second is a satellite view of the parcel. The third is a street view of the site prior to the use of the site for construction staging. And the fourth shows 3 preliminary design options for the site. In summary, if PFC approves the vote request to extend the tentative developer designation by 6 months, it will lead to the following public benefits. It will preserve a long vacant property as community open space for a neighborhood with limited green space. In addition, the city will avoid approximately $976 in annual maintenance costs and return the property to productive use after more than 13 years in our inventory. I'm here to answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
No questions. It would be great to get this project going. All right.
Yep, no commission, excuse me, no questions. Motion to approve?
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
Vote number 4 is hereby approved. Vote number 5 is being presented by Julio Pillier, Housing Development Officer with the Neighborhood Housing Development Division of MOH. This is a request for amendment to the vote of December 14, 2022 to extend the tentative designation intent to sell period from 24 to 36 months to Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston Incorporated for vacant land located at 3 Barrett Street, 982 to 978 Blue Hill Avenue and 1085 Blue Hill Avenue, Mattapan. Julio, if you please present your vote request.
Thank you, TT. Good morning, Commissioners. I am here requesting PFC approval for a 12-month extension of the developer designation of Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston for the parcels identified in this vote package in the Mattapan neighborhood. PFC initially approved the 12-month developer designation of Habitat on December 15, 2021, and then there was a subsequent PFC approval of a 12-month extension on December 14, 2022. Enclosed are memos from those vote requests detailing the comprehensive process and development progress and also designation background and submitted alongside the commission vote request. So the reasons for the extension request really arise from unforeseen challenges relating to funding issues that Habitat for Humanity Greater Boston is currently experiencing, and also some of the design complexities involved with this project. So this is 3 mixed-use buildings across the 3 sites that we selected them to develop. And since we selected them in 2021, Habitat has essentially used their developer designation period and subsequent extensions to try to navigate and work out some of the project financing and intricacies to ensure that they can finalize the development budget. An approval of this extension will empower Habitat Boston to fulfill crucial tasks required for a PFC conveyance vote expected in 2024. So since we designated them, they've done surveying of the sites and also some environmental testing. They've also have worked to finalize their schematic design. And they have submitted their plans to ISD for review and subsequent action by the ZBA. Tasks to be completed, so they still need to obtain ZBA approval. They do need to complete their designs and construction drawings for review and approval by MOH, the BPDA, Boston Water and Sewer Commission, and the Department of Public Works, and any other required agencies. Receive all permit sign-offs and receive building permits, and also finalize their budget and receive an MOH commitment of funds. If PSC approves the extension vote request, the project will result in 15 homeownership units restricted to households that are below 100% of AMI, again, across 3 mixed-use buildings, which will result in affordable commercial ground floor retail space for local entrepreneurs, the revitalization of 3 vacant parcels that have been long held in the city's inventory, and also the promotion of economic growth and opportunities in the neighborhood, not only to first-time home buyers, but to local entrepreneurs who are looking for affordable commercial spaces along Blue Hill Avenue. I have included slides for the PFC. So this is just a locus map of the 3 parcels along the corridor. Next, please. Sorry. This is an aerial view of the parcels along the corridor. This is just showing the proximity of some of the parcels and their relation to Blue Hill Avenue in Mattapan. Next. So this is the existing site conditions of the 3 parcels as well. Next. And this is a preliminary rendering of the designs that the team has been working on for the last year and a half or so. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have, and I thank you for your time.
Sounds like a great project, a lot of good stuff. You've got to start submitting complete reports because you don't give us any opportunity to ask questions. Commissioner Wright.
No questions. Great job, guys. Good to see this moving forward. Congratulations, Chief Dillon, on this. Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Vote number 5 is hereby approved. And the final vote for the agenda for today is vote number 6, also being presented by Julio Pillier. This is a request for conveyance to DVM Consulting Corp. for vacant land located at the various number of parcels on Blue Hill Avenue and 6 Fabian Street in Mattapan. The purchase price is recommended at $500. Julio, if you please present vote number 6.
Thank you, TT. I'm here requesting PFC approval of a conveyance vote for DVM Consulting Corporation for 5 parcels of vacant land identified in vote package number 6 in the Mattapan neighborhood. PFC approved the developer designation of DVM Consulting on December 15, 2021, and subsequent approval of an extension of the developer designation on December 14, 2022 for an additional 12 months. Enclosed, you'll find the attached memorandum detailing the comprehensive process, detailing the progress, designation background, and the background of this vote request. So this project will result in the community benefit of 30 units of income restricted housing, including artist live workspace. 18 of those will be affordable homeownership for households that are ranging between 80 and 100% of AMI. This also includes affordable ground floor retail space for local entrepreneurs, in this case, commercial condos. And those will be sold at an affordable rate to local businesses so that they can ensure that they stay on Blue Hill Avenue and they're not pushed out by rising rents. The project will also revitalize 5 vacant city-owned land parcels that have been long held in our inventory for the most case. And also the job creation and economic growth in the community, which we heard throughout the planning process of the Blue Hill Avenue Action Plan. If PFC approves the conveyance vote request, DVM Consulting will finalize the construction documents and complete the general contractor selection process, finalize their construction contract, finalize the budget and receive an MOH commitment of funds, finalize all construction and permanent financing and commitments, obtain all permit sign-offs and receive building permits, and then a loan closing and start of construction in the first quarter of 2024. I have included slides for the PFC. So this is a rendering of the designs at 1039 Blue Hill Avenue. So this is the housing above the commercial space. Next. Again, so this is a preliminary rendering. I think in terms of a color scheme, we'll be working with the team on that once we get into the construction phase. They have outlined some preliminary schemes that they would like to pursue, and we're working with them on those. But this is, a site map of the sites, elevations, and a rendering of the current proposal for this particular site. Next. And the last one is the 1015, 1019 Blue Hill Ave site. This is directly across from the site that we were just looking at. And again, preliminary renderings of the plans along with the elevations as well. And I think that's it for the slides, TT. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have.
Is those solar panels I see on the roof?
Yes, so the plan will be that these will be energy positive buildings.
My only other comment is this was issued in May of this year, and we're going for a conveyance. Good work to you, Julia, and the team for getting this out quick.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Commissioner Wright?
Yeah, no questions, just comments. Really exciting to hear the work of DVM and their team. I want to congratulate the entire MOH team on this particular project. Motion to approve.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Hereby approved. This concludes the agenda for MOH for today's meeting. Is there a motion to adjourn this meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Happy holidays.